What is this, I wonder? I wonder if this could be the reason my plugs read real erratic on this side, and or my number 4 cylinder is always so damn lean. But I would think it would go to 2 and 3, depending on where the air went. I don't know, it's coming apart to check it though. Trying to figure out how to pick up where I left off kinda with the car. I was wanting to make some test hits, try to get on the second kit to see how it was gonna look as far as plug readings and making sure it was gonna work before the weekend. And I had also decided to take and do away with the other fogger system that was on the car. Haven't really been able to use it. So I decided to take it off. While taking that off and plugging the holes, I noticed the O-ring was hanging out of my burst panel plate. So I took it off and seen if I could get it back in, and just to see how long it looked like it had been out. And it was clearly way stretched out and was not going to be able to get to stay back down in that little receiver groove right there where it's supposed to be. It's just all stretched out. So it had been like that a long time. It had a lot of traces of carbon or whatever in there, and just couldn't get it to work. So took the carburetor off, took the plate off of it. I had a spacer that I could put in this plate's place to try just to keep everything still the same as far as the studs and all that, to make it quick because it's Thursday. I still hadn't got on the second kit. So I got the fogger off, plugged the holes, put the spacer in it. As you can see, it's not exactly right. The plate's way down below the carburetor. Was really unsure what was going to happen. Took it down the road, got on the second kit, and everything seemed to work out fine. Stopped, pulled over, pulled the plugs out of it, and it looked like it wanted a lot more heat instead of a lot more timing. There was no timing in it. All of them but number 4. So now number 4 is just pissed off, hot as can be. We're back to having the same issue with number 4. So that tells me that I feel like it's in the plate. So I'm gonna do away with the plate now. I was running it for this weekend though. So I put number 4 cylinder back into the jetting that it was with the other carburetor on it. And went out to run this weekend down at KD. He's so mad at me.
Yeah, I was so mad at you Saturday because we woke up to get ready and we were all ready in the car, and you asked, do you have the cooler?
What about Friday? We gotta talk about Friday. Don't let her forget about Friday.
What about Friday,
So
dear?
Friday, I go to work all day.
So did I.
Come home from work.
Mm-hmm.
And
Tell it.
Start busting ass on this car because I'm way behind because all the testing that I didn't get to go right. Friday, I still had to mount the tires, had to fill nitrous bottles, and I was wanting to address the issue with the plate. I wanted to check to make sure that there wasn't a hole in the plate that was plugged or anything plugged in the plate. Now, mind you, we were supposed to be down there Friday evening to drop the truck and trailer off, so that we made sure that we got a decent spot at the track.
Yeah.
Running way behind.
Think we were supposed to leave here probably around 4. We didn't end up leaving the house till about 6:30. It takes us about an hour, 15 minutes to get down there.
We also had scheduled a kind of a date thing with a buddy of ours that lives down there to do dinner.
Wait a minute, that was my date.
Well, that was her date with a buddy of mine. So however you want to take that. But anyway, it was a barbecue place, and you know it was good. And that's what he said. He wanted us to come down and go out and try it. But moving on, got the tires mounted, got the nitrous bottles filled, took the plate off, and everything seemed to be spraying fine. The number 4 hole issue, I really don't know what it is yet. So we loaded up, headed down, did our evening, done everything. Everything went pretty all right. Got there, got a decent spot. Not my normal spot that I get, but
Who took your normal spot?
I'm not gonna mention any names. Somebody had gotten in my normal spot that was kind of a good spot for me. I always liked that spot because I typically did good when I was sitting in that spot. So
it started with the bad mojo already.
Call it superstition or whatever. It's just I parked in that spot and it had done good for me. Everything come home in one piece. I would go rounds most of the time, or however you want to look at it. But going into Saturday, we'll let her lead off with where she was going there.
Yeah.
And her something was out to get me.
Yeah, something was out to get him. We started the morning, everybody got up and ready like it was supposed to. The sitter showed up for Darren, like she was supposed to. We got in the van, we had borrowed Mom's van so we could travel more comfortably than all of us getting in the Honda. And we go to load up and CJ's like, do you have the cooler? And I'm like, I have the little green one. And he was like,
it's this big.
well, that's what all I needed for us. There's always been a cooler in the car trailer, mind you. And earlier this week, there was a conversation had. Bill said that there was ketchup or whatever had exploded in the cooler. So he decided to buy a new one. Me making assumptions, I just assumed the new one was in the car trailer. Didn't think anything of it. So CJ, in his non-breakfast eating, hadn't had much coffee tone, starts complaining about me not cleaning the larger cooler to take with us.
It wasn't even that. It's that there was a large cooler sitting there that I didn't know if it was clean or not, but had we known that you was only going to take a little one, I could have cleaned that cooler and we could have had a big one.
Yeah.
Because what your cooler will hold, I will drink in waters in an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, in my defense, I thought there was a cooler in the trailer, so I didn't clean the bigger cooler. But anyways, our little tiff continued about 20 minutes into our drive to KD until we both got over
What are you
it
staring me down for?
because
Talk to him.
marriage, wonderful, recommended to everybody. So we're driving down to KD and we get to Oak Hill, and by that time it's just pouring down rain.
Yeah, real bad.
And we looked at the radar. It wasn't nothing huge. It wasn't going to last any long time. We had seen though that the side little streams were filling up and things like that.
Rather quickly.
Yeah.
It was coming down really good.
So we're getting ready to turn from 93 to 140. And a big bolt of lightning strikes the pole right next to the van.
A bunch of
and
sparks come
hits
off
the
line,
transformer.
Scares the shit clean out of her, like it started stinking. You could tell something happened in the van.
I looked at him and I was like, the devil is after your ass today. That's what you get for being a pain in my butt earlier this morning. So we make it to KD. It's not raining at that point, but things are still a little wet and mushy there at the pit area. We got parked, got unloaded.
Got everything situated for the time, talked to some people, and then headed out to go to dinner there.
No, this is Saturday, baby. We didn't leave Saturday. It was just hot as hell. Yeah. So it was hot. We were all melting.
Yeah, that was wrong with you, bro.
Yeah, and CJ decided he wasn't going to run Saturday, but he decided to run what you brung.
Well, the decision was made that, small tire, it's run what you brung. The small tire guys for Sunday could also enter Saturday. So the ones that was there, majority or all entered and run what you brung of the small tire cars. I'm not going to be that guy that's not going to enter. So if everybody else is entering, I'm entering.
So that's kind of where Saturday started off as. And so we kind of got things ready and started to prepare for his pass.
So we get called up for a driver's meeting. Go up, they do chip draw, they draw it out. Like the first one will be right lane, second one will be left lane, and that's first pair. So they draw it out. I end up drawing 8th pair down on left lane, and I got a little green Daytona, I believe it was, called 50 Cent. Respectable car, fast. I wasn't real worried. I felt, I guess you could say, kind of confident because I had already been there. I had tested. I knew what the track was going to do. But they scraped it and pressure washed it and scrubbed it and all kinds of stuff. So I had a little bit of this. I don't even know the word for it right now. Like I was a little confused. So I wanted to make sure I was up there for at least the first 4 passes. Went up, first 4 passes go down, first 2 passes, it's already like getting kind of sticky. Try to drag your foot across it and it's grabbing it. 4 passes in, it's starting to feel good, but it's in the heat of the day, so it's greasy. I actually went back and put a little more in the car. Fired it up, went to go up to get in the lines, and it kind of just had a real hard spot in the crank. Whenever I went to crank it, it had a hard spot and it fired up. I didn't think a whole lot of it, and then went up, got out there, did the burnout. Everything seemed to be okay. Backed up, purged, made sure everything was good. Went ahead and went in and staged. I couldn't get my draggy to work because I had a new phone. It wasn't set up. I let off the button when the light came on there, and the car didn't go nowhere. So now I'm going crazy in my head because this is something I felt like I should have been able to make a good clean pass on, and the car didn't go nowhere. Again, this is like a month and a half of just horrible first rounds with this thing. I put the fuel in it so it flooded the car out, and I had to crank it back up in the middle of the track, got it fired back up, cleaned it out, went ahead, put it in gear, rolled into the throttle, went ahead to hit. I got into the micro switch to make sure that the nitrous wasn't going to do that again, or if it was going to work, not going to work, whatever. Well, it come on. So I went ahead, got on the second kit. It come on. Everything's good for a split second maybe, and then boom, big old fire comes out of the carburetor. At that point, I knew something was hurt. It just don't do that without hurting something. So I get it back to the pits. Limp it in there, shut it off, let it cool down a little bit, start pulling plugs out of it. I expect to see a plug just trashed. All the plugs come out look good. They all come out look good. In the midst of this, a gentleman come back with a video of my pass. During the burnout, a big spark, a flame, a piece of something shot out of this exhaust. I didn't know that. You know, nobody stopped me, nobody said anything, and that's whenever I started thinking, well, if the plug's good, I had low compression on 2 and 3. I knew that there was something between the two that was messed up. Felt like it was a head gasket. I was praying it didn't hurt the head. So at that point, I'm done. We've been in the heat, the humidity. I've sweated all day long.
And also before first round, we got a call that our evening sitter, overnight sitter for Darren, wasn't going to make it because she was sick. So I had to drive our daughter an hour home so she could sit with Darren, and then I had to drive an hour back because CJ didn't have transportation home for the night.
Yeah, I was done. The crew people that was there with me, the people that sit next to, that pitted next to me on both sides, tear it down, see how bad it is. Can you fix it? Let's fix it. And I was just defeated, done, over it. So we loaded it up, left it there. Jess wanted to go back because we was already there. We was packed in tight. To get out would have been a job in itself, and it's rather local. So made the decision to just bring the van home. Everybody ride home in the van, leave the truck, trailer, car, everything there, and you know, we was gonna go watch a race and visit with the fans and the spectators and just be a spectator. You know, help anybody from Ohio that we could, or any of our friends there. Within that night of sleep, I was thinking that this is a pretty big race, and if all it is a head gasket, I would be a fool not to go ahead and fix the car. So as long as the head's not beat up or hurt, I'll just go ahead and put a head gasket on it and make the race. I had almost everything here. I was lacking an intake gasket, and some sealing. So nowhere around had the intake gasket. I made a call to Jeff Green with CIA Performance to see if they went home to maybe they could stop by Jake's and pick me one up and bring it down, and they didn't, but part of their crew did, and got me hooked up with that. They picked me up intake gasket, met me at the track. So within that, I'm tearing the car apart. I get there, get it out, get it unloaded, get everything set up, start tearing it apart, and pull the head off, and the head's torched between 2 and 3. So at that point, I'm dead in the water. I got no way to fix it. I don't have another head. These pistons are it's a trick flow R head. The only thing that I know of that will fit on it is a trick flow R. And talking through it, talking to people, you know, we're dead, everybody asking questions and stuff. And
Torch the head.
so we're fucked. JB Weld. A quick set, 10 minutes.
Yep. Hey, it's good. As good as that shit there you had to sew that intake with.
Copper coat and some right stuff. And JB Weld epoxy, and we just put it all in there. It's got to be better, right? Well, pistons still look good. Just the head gasket issue. I like it. There's the alcohol. I'll probably just pull the engine out, freshen it up, have it checked, tater change the converter, do it all, and then come back out and start it.
Some of the brand new work burn out from the man.
It's also showing like rusted here, like it's been having an issue.
You can buy some stuff for sale like that. You can chop it out with a culture. Liquid steel is called.
Yeah, fast. Yeah, not in this engine.
Put it in there and break out a 4-inch.
This is the same one that was getting the coolant out here.
Oh, the machinist told me about it.
Yeah, that's the one that's getting the coolant out.
It's like that back one maybe too. Something like that. I don't do that truck with you. I know, yeah. What did that Thursday is? No, you had to ring it.
That's exactly what my figure 16 right here too. Exactly.
Right at the very top of the transferred aluminum and gouged it up.
That other things. I don't
That
know.
right there almost looks like it was
Hot, yeah, it's hot.
a little, yeah. I'm still with the nail. I don't think it's a crack.
You've had this motor together a while.
Yeah, it's been together since the last season.
Yeah.
Look, this thing's probably had 20 bottles to it.
You want to complain? How do you want to complain?
Had about that many head gaskets.
Yeah, one head gasket per bottle.
So I'm, like I said, talking with people when the guy that pit next to me had a pretty cool ass car that they call Captain America. And don't kill me for this, but I'm horrible with names and I don't remember his name. He's also friends with people that I'm friends with and know, and he's like this guy. So he makes a phone call to Duke Alley. Always has stuff laying. You never know what he's got, but he's always got stuff. Turns out he's got a set of heads that are the same damn thing I got, just done by a different guy. And he offers up a head. If I want to borrow a head, go ahead, put it on there. I'm leery on doing that because if something happens and I hurt his head, now not only am I fixing my head, I'm gonna have to buy him a new head and have all the work done to it. His heads have no damage done to them. They've not been hurt ever or anything like that. So I'm leery. And then he says that if I want to buy them, he doesn't want to sell them, but if I want to buy them, that I can. Now, driver's meeting's at 3 o'clock. What time was it then? It had to have been probably 12:30, 1 o'clock. So it's just too late. I can't get it. I can't get the heads, get them on. It's just not going to happen. A little bit more time goes on, and I guess they were waiting on some people to get there, so they pushed the race back 2 hours. Now time has passed. They pushed it back 2 hours.
I left at 3:30 to take Darren home. He had been with us. So I took the van and took Darren.
All right, so they moved the driver's meeting back 2 hours, and time had passed, like I said. I'm still not going to have enough time to go get the heads and get them on. So, with her leaving, as she stated, with Darren, to get him home because he wasn't having a good day. It was hot as could be, and I understand that. I get it 100%. He was miserable. Isaac Preston and Home come by and asked what was going on, and I told him, well, Isaac has a TIG welder in the trailer, and he told me that if the head's off, bring it down there, he'll weld it up real quick. So I had sat it back together because once again, I'm dead in the water, I'm done, I can't do nothing. I just don't want to lose any parts. So I just sat the engine back together, put all the bolts and nuts on it and everything. Popped that stuff apart, run the head down there. Him and Adam got it welded up and filed down, and got it back to the trailer as they called driver's meeting. So at that point, I've got an hour to get the car back together, get the coolant in it, which it's horrible getting coolant in this car and getting the air bubbles out of it. But everything's cleaned up, ready to go on, and I can't find the head gaskets. So within her leaving to take Darren home, I have brought a bell housing for another racer. He ended up not needing it. He ended up getting one before I got back. And the head gaskets. The head gaskets were sitting on the bell housing in the van. Jess was already home. That's an hour and 20-ish minutes away. Once again, we can't get it done. It's nobody's fault. You know, when she left, I wasn't able to fix it. She didn't think to look in the back of the van to see what was in there. I mean, I had gotten tools out of it, and other tools and stuff that I have brought to do the job. And she just assumed that everything was out of it. She was tired. Everybody was tired. Everybody was hot, and Darren wasn't in the best shape. So for whatever reason, with the lightning striking and everything that went on, it just was not meant for me to race. I feel horrible. I really wanted to race that race. It just wasn't going to happen though. So now I'm at the point to where I want to pull the engine out, tear it clear apart, and basically start over. So I'm going to make some phone calls and see how fast I can get some parts, go ahead and freshen the engine up, deck it. I would like to O-ring the heads. I'm not 100% sure this is all going to get done because this is a very busy month. I feel like I could put another gasket on it, baby those cylinders, and probably get 30 passes, pull it apart, clean everything up, put another set of gaskets on it. I could probably do it that way as long as I'm just babying it. But everybody's fast. Like, there's no baby. I got a small block Ford nitrous motor, and it's not no big exotic anything. It's a lot of not exotic shit. So I pretty much have to lean on it pretty good every pass. But we'll see how soon I can get parts and get stuff done. And maybe we'll come out with a fresh engine O-ringed and we won't have no more head gasket issues. But it's kind of where I'm at. I appreciate everybody that watches. We're not gonna stop. We're gonna push on. We're gonna force this little small block Ford to do something. We also want to kind of show some light and gratitude to the fans, the people that come up and talk and want to take pictures or whatever. If I'm working on the car and I'm busy and I don't show you attention, it's not intentional. I'm busy. I'm not thinking. I'm focused on trying to get the car ready and whatever it is I'm doing. So don't shy away. If you want to take pictures, if you want anything with the car, whatever.
Yeah, if the kids want to sit in the
I'm
seat
okay with it
and get a picture in the seat, or they want to get in the front of the car, or just talk to CJ, we're all about it. Racing is not just about the racers, it's about the spectators coming to support these races. So it's a dual part, and we enjoy that interaction with you guys. It's just when he goes to make a pass, that's when, or when he's tearing something down, he gets a little tunnel vision on it.
If I'm on the computer or I'm tearing the top end of the engine apart, it's kind of hard for me to split my mind and focus on two different things.
I also wanted to give a shout out to a special lady. She's been watching. I'm so sorry I did not get the name. Just like CJ, I've become really bad about names. But
I'm contagious.
After 20 years. But I believe it was her son came up to purchase a t-shirt. They said that they showed up, wasn't sure if there was still racing going on for the day. They showed up kind of later. Mom is on her second battle with lung cancer, and she's at home watching us. So we just wanted to make sure that we're sending you good vibes and good thoughts, and make sure that she knows that we're rooting for her for this.
finest moments at KD Racetrack. Here it is. So beautiful. Just look at it. It's J1, reporting live from KD. We have another wreck on our hands.
Third one.
We didn't watch it, but it happened. We're making our way up here as we speak. Check it out. We'll let you know. Deuces. It's J1 reporting live once again. We made it up to the wreck, but they kicked us out. We've seen nothing. Not a singular shit, a singular shit, a singular shit of anything. Oh, and we're about to get ran over. It's J1 reporting live here on the racetrack, starting on. We ain't got no cars. Ain't nothing going on. It's exciting up here. They kicked us out of the wreck, so we came back. Stupid shit. Shut the cameras off, I'm done. I quit. They should have put that in there too. God, I really hit my turf. I am giving you permission to dance.
Come on.
Said never do it again.
Oh. You see where I get from, Jaden? I beat a bot earlier today.
Everybody want a burger? Right or left?
I forget. I'm not tired.
I wish I was tall. Do your thing. Hey, do your thing.
No, I'm done. It's gone. I can't do it. On the back of the four-wheeler, going up to this. I'm going back. It has my boyfriend, and that's a bouncer race. You don't know it yet, though. It's pretty serious.
Oh, they don't want you. You gotta slang stuff. Alright, here comes Big.
We gotta wrap this up. Alright. These are the two that got the most applause, so here we go. We're gonna put it right here. If you think David Biggs wins, let's see. What about my man? I'm sorry, that was Biggs. What about my man Billy Conley? David Biggs. Right here. It's the mullet, man. Yeah, here, got it. Thank you very much, and I apologize for corrupting children and causing pain. Let's get back to racing.
A singular shit of anything.